ladies and gentlemen, for the 967th time, it is the Mason and Friends Show, featuring that dude called the Black Hand.
Yeah.
As well as myself, L. Mahoney.
What's happening, y'all? What's good out there today?
Living the dream, Michael.
Oh, man.
How the hell are ya?
Yeah, I maintain it, man. You know what I mean? For what it is. Got to give a rest in peace to Malcolm Jamal Warner, man.
So many deaths this week.
You know,
Started off with Theo drowning in Costa Rica.
Then Ozzy.
And then Hogan.
And then old punk ass Hogan. And I believe that's cocaine, though. Hogan was cocaine.
You think it was just too much cocaine abuse over the long-term period?
Yeah, I'm quite sure, because they say he had a heart attack, and that's all they're going to say as is. I'm like, nah, it's cocaine.
Well, he had kind of a history of that, I suppose. I think they all did from that era.
But here's the thing, like, Malcolm Jamal Warner's hit everybody like hard, like, oh damn.
Those of us that even know who he is.
Exactly. But then you had the Hogan shit and everybody's like, okay. You know what I mean? Like,
well, nobody was surprised per se by, really, you shouldn't have been surprised by Ozzy.
No, because see, but
it's interesting that he had just done his final performance.
I'm about to say he just did an interview and he was talking about, like, look, I'm gonna be on stage till I die. Like, yes, this is the final tour or whatever, but I'm gonna do this till I die. And literally 2 days later, he gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, God damn. But then you got Hogan's punk ass out here who doing some foul shit. Like, I'm like, you know, his ex-wife was having a meltdown, and him and the bitch that he was fucking were making fun of her on like a Snapchat thing or Instagram reel or some shit.
Really?
Oh man, yeah. Like, she was losing her shit. The ex-wife was losing her shit, and him and the fucking bitch he's fucking was eating popcorn, laughing, and all this other shit, and doing all this dumbass shit.
Oh wow, that is kind of foul.
And I'm like, you know, foul shit comes back around.
Don't make a spectacle of yourself against the people you've been with.
You know what I mean? Being a dick.
I mean, try not to.
There's different levels of being a dick, and that was just some foul shit. Even though, you know,
well, because it's so specific.
Yeah, the ex-wife, granted, she's probably off her rocker. She looks like she's doing some Britney Spears type shit. You know what I mean? And she went to whatever fucking platform and was just letting shit out. You know, saying Hogan destroyed the family and all this other shit and blah 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 blah. Which technically,
I mean, he kind of did.
Exactly.
You know, come on, brother. I was on the road 300 days a year.
You know,
but that was a distinct decision that you made for yourself.
Exactly,
Mr. Hogan.
Yeah. So, you know, you had that part. You had there was something else that he did too that was real fucked up besides the nigga shit. Then you had the shit with his son where he was trying to fucking get his son out of shit for, you know, kill his friend or whatever.
The kid hurt somebody or killed somebody driving the car.
He killed his homie. Yeah. And then fucking, like, it was so much shit. I'm like, you know, karma comes back around. And then the day that he died happened to be the 10-year anniversary when he was talking about, oh, you know, he didn't want Brooke dating a nigga and all this other shit. So I'm like, karma came back around, smacked you in the ass, bro. You know what I mean? So there's that.
I saw a really funny meme, and it was Tony Soprano talking to the black kid that Meadow brought home.
Yeah.
But they had pasted a Hogan wearing a black bandana and glasses on.
Oh, doing the NWO days.
Dude, it was so perfect. I should have saved it. Like, it was, somebody really did it right. You know what I mean? Because, like, I don't like perpetuating that kind of shit too much, but, you know, if you're going to do it, make me laugh.
Yeah.
And that shit, dude, because, like, I had to look into it. I was like, what is this, all this anti-Hogan that's going on? This is an interesting little backlash there of people being like, fuck him.
Yeah, like, what he did for WWF, cool. But it's like, when you see your childhood heroes and find out that they're fucking just dicks, it's like, then what the fuck, man? Like, you couldn't be the character you actually was. You had to be a real fucking dick in person.
Right, didn't even eat your vitamins.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
This motherfucker.
Like, and then
you skip the vitamins.
There's so much shit going on. Then you got fucking
you probably fuck Miss Elizabeth.
Oh, you know he did. There's no way he didn't fuck her.
He was probably fucking
There's
her.
no way he didn't. That's why. That's why.
The time period where they was beefing on camera.
That's what I'm saying. That's why Macho Man was so pissed off when she went to go see the motherfucker. Because even though Macho Man, he was abusing her and shit.
Well, when he picked her up and carried her away,
Macho Man was pissed because he already knew that Hogan probably had already dicked her down and probably did some Richard Pryor shit and hit her with some cocaine dick. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying.
Who knows?
Those were the times. You know what I mean?
Everybody was saying everybody with the cocaine dick back in those days.
That's what I'm saying.
And it was like, what are we doing? Well, I'm doing it cocaine.
Yeah.
They'd be like, are we driving? I'm cocaine driving.
There you go.
Like, is we walking? I'm cocaine walking.
Yeah, we on that. We skiing while we driving, girl.
Are we going to the bathroom? We skiing to the bathroom.
We taking bumps all day.
That's
fuck out of here.
Goddamn right.
But then you got the motherfucking shit with the Ghislaine bitch. Whatever the fuck her name is.
No,
Ghislaine.
Hold on. I heard someone pronounce it correctly, and I was like, that's what it's supposed to be.
Okay.
It is Ghislaine.
All right. Either way.
Like, when I heard it, I was like, okay, I can see that. Because I've never really, like, thought about how to actually say it right. It's just always been so much fun to say
Just the bitch that was helping the other motherfucker fuck these goddamn kids.
Here's from what all I'm paying attention to, and somebody said it really nice today. Kurt Metzger said it really nice on something I heard recently. He said he worked for her. She's the Mossad agent. She's the top dog. She's the one that took over for her father, and Epstein was helping her. And you know why he knows that? Because what do you do with pawns? You sacrifice pawns. And what was Jeffrey Epstein? He was sacrificed. They put him up. He took the blame, and they fucking murdered him in his sleep. Or maybe, just maybe, he actually did kill himself. Because he was that committed to the cause. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
you know what I'm saying though?
Like, I get it, but either way,
he was like the dude at the end of the Godfather 2.
All these motherfuckers
got in the
are still
tub and slit his wrists open. You know what I'm saying?
Again, still all these motherfuckers are fucked up.
No doubt.
And they're talking about this bitch. I just read a joint where her lawyer come out talking about she was meeting with the DOJ or whatever while Congress is out on recess because they didn't want to vote on the Epstein file shit, and was like, she's granted some kind of immunity, not all full-on immunity, but some kind of immunity. Man, fuck y'all. You know what I mean? Like, man, get the fuck out of here.
That's how they're going to get her to talk, if they're going to get her to talk on any sort of specificity.
The bitch got a book and shit ready. It's already typed up. The lawyer has it. They're just waiting. She's waiting for the button to hit the kill switch. Tell me when I can hit this motherfucking button. They're probably saying like, all right, bitch, you can't say no names and that. But I'll say whatever the fuck I want to say. Because when I'm dead and gone, all this shit gonna come out. Y'all can't stop nothing what's already gonna happen. You know what I mean? It's gonna be like fucking Beyonce dropping her album at midnight. Fucking this bitch died. Everything is coming the fuck out. It's just gonna be a massive fucking dump on the internet.
They're gonna be in helicopters above major cities.
It's gonna be all kinds of shit. Yeah, shit's just gonna be flying there. Your phone's gonna get that alert, like Amber Alerts be happening. You go, what the fuck?
Epstein
files are just reading.
Epstein alert.
Motherfuckers will be reading all fucking day about how fucked up these sons of bitches are. Fuck all of them. All right, that's enough because I'm getting mad at these sons of bitches.
I see you all fired up. You always get yourself all worked up.
Yeah, because I can't stand it. Because they're fucking with little kids, man.
Yeah,
that shit pisses me off. And then you got the Vatican hiding shit and all the other motherfuckers hiding shit. Like, fuck all these assholes.
Dude, as you remember what Nino Brown said? This is big business.
Yeah.
This is big business.
Do you think it's just Nino Brown, baby? Nah.
I think this is just Nino Brown. I don't own a poppy field.
If he goes, if I'm going down, I'm taking everybody with me. You know? That motherfucker right there, that's the motherfucker right there that you need to talk to.
Yeah. Well, see, and that's the real shame of it is that then the old man killed him when he...
Yeah,
he finally got out. No, that wasn't a shame. That was a wonderful moment of justice.
Cause man, fucking, the white dude looked and smiled and walked on away. What did he say? I will send your soul to hell. Pow.
No, I think he said, "I damn you to hell." Maybe.
It was something in the scripture.
It was something very much, Nino Brown. Yeah, let me see if I can.
Cause Ice-T had fucked him up. Jumped off the balcony, beat the shit out of his ass. Man, I want to kill you so bad. My dick got hard. Like, god damn. That's serious. Your dick got hard to kill this motherfucker. Like, wait a minute.
Now, it's gone into another level. All right, let's see. Your soul is required in hell.
Yeah, I just thought about it.
It's written here. Well done.
Your soul is required in hell.
Absolutely. I think the American justice system is the greatest in the world. Proud to be an American. Hi, Mom.
Idolater! Your soul is required in hell! That's one of them lines right there, man.
Center mass. He is done. Right through the heart.
Right through that Joker.
And then over the rail he goes. Nice tease, like, I'm gonna put on my sunglasses.
And walk
Mario
away.
Van Peebles like, come on, old man, give me that gun.
Yeah.
That's the gun the dude made fun of in
fucking Harlem Nights.
No, I'm thinking of it looks like the 22 Jesse has in El Camino.
Oh, okay, I got you. I got you.
Like, what is that, a 22? It looks like that gun, but it's probably like a Ruger. It's probably got a swastika on it. He probably took that off a dead Nazi in the war. You know what I'm saying?
Over there.
Although this is a fictional story, there are Nino Browns in every major city in America. If we don't confront the problem realistically, without empty slogans, blah blah blah, because the thing went off the screen. So
yeah, it's just like, look, I finally got through all of The Wire.
This is big business.
I finished that.
You've seen it before, right?
Yeah.
All right.
But so I went through it all over again.
Jesus,
I'm like,
Mike,
man,
you cramming that, dog. You knocking that out in like
bruh, because
6
I was
weeks?
like, man, it was like I fell in love with it again. I'm like, man, I forgot how good this shit was, bruh. You know what I mean?
It's a special show.
And how they wrapped it up at the end, how everybody ended up doing these things here and there, and I'm like, you know what? That's how you wrap some shit up.
Yeah.
That's a perfect way to end the whole fucking thing.
Look, HBO used to really know how to do it.
Yeah.
And a lot of episodes, a lot of shows that were really good ended really well.
Like then fucking this joint popped up about Oz. I'm like, damn, I forgot about Oz.
That's the joint.
I was like, I don't remember maybe a season or two of Oz. I don't think I've ever went all the way through Oz.
I watched the whole thing. I got it on DVD here
So I'm
somewhere.
like, fuck, I'm gonna start Oz here next week.
Bro.
You know what I mean? Like, fuck.
Shit, yeah, dude.
I was like, man, because it popped up shows you might like, and I was like, Oz.
Man,
I'm
the
like,
first episode is gonna blow your mind if you ain't never really watched that show.
I don't remember a lot from Oz, bro. And I'll probably will once I start watching it. But I'm like, man, there's a lot of shit that I don't fucking remember. You know what I mean? But I'm like, you know what? I'm on this old school nostalgia kick, man. Fucking, I'm riding with these shows,
Like,
man.
I've been reading 1984 again. Like, I sort of kept trying to do it last year or whatever for a while, but like it was always just bugging me out.
Yeah.
You know, but like the Cannabis Festival is a nice little mental reset.
There you go.
And like I'm like, all right, I'm gonna start reading this shit. And now I'm like actually sort of plowing through it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's, you know, it's scary.
It is because
It's
fucking
so-
we're living that
it's
life
so
right
accurate.
now.
It's
you
so
know?
what it is.
It's wild shit.
That whole Ministry of Truth shit is all they're trying to do to the internet all the time.
Oh yeah.
Take this down, take that down, put it back up.
Like fucking, you got old Agent Orange, old Booty Mouth. He got Paramount and CBS and all that shit now.
Does he own it? I mean, he's not a part of that group, right?
It's his homie that owns the shit. Like, and apparently this homie, he's one of the Epstein motherfuckers too, apparently.
Well, they all are.
And then fucking South Park was like, fuck y'all.
Yeah, I haven't watched South Park yet.
I was going to ask you, have you seen that episode?
I looked it up, and I can see that I can watch it, and I was just not in the zone to watch it today yet. Because, like, I had to work yesterday, so, like, I've been half asleep most of the day. Like, so, but, yeah, South Park, the new episode, I definitely want to watch.
I haven't got a chance to see it. I've been seeing little clippets. I'm like, nah, I got to see if I can catch this episode.
You remember how Saddam Hussein was in a homosexual relationship with the devil?
So now they got fucking...
Apparently Trump's in the same kind of relationship in this episode, and I'm like, oh, man, I want to see this.
Yeah, they said motherfuckers was losing their shit off for this motherfucking joint. I was like, oh, man, I got to watch it now.
Somebody, I don't remember who, said that South Park has reached... They said, I thought that South Park had peaked as far as its level of not giving a fuck.
Yeah.
But they have taken it to another level.
That's what I've been seeing.
That I did not know existed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, man. I gotta watch this shit.
I gotta see what the fuck they did. Because, man, I'm like, if they went in like they go in, they probably went in hard on this motherfucker here.
Dude.
Had to have. So I'm waiting to see that shit. I took the kids today to go see the new Fantastic Four. Honestly,
I've heard that it's pretty good.
I was impressed.
All in all,
It
that it's not as good as it could be.
It's not as good as it could be.
Way better.
It's way better than what Marvel has been putting out.
Right.
Like this joint, I'm not even going to spoil.
It's sort of in its own universe, right?
Yeah, it's its own. It's on a whole separate Earth.
It's like a retro future multiverse. Some other multiverse.
It's a whole nother Earth number.
They got like flying cars and shit.
The flying car is the Fantastic Mobile. That's their whip. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's like the.
So they're the Fantastic Mobile flies, but nobody
the
else's
Fantastic car is the only thing that flies. But like, it's a retro Earth. Like the cat. It's all retro kind of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
They're getting signals from space, and they're recording it on like gold records. You know what I mean? To hear back and shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, nice.
Like it's a retro, postmodern kind of futuristic Earth. You know what I mean? Like they dress in the 60s. You know, not even 60s. I want to say like maybe late 60s, early 70s kind of vibe going on there.
It seems to me that it's written from like the Jetsons, when the Jetsons were writing.
Yes.
You know, like with that kind of like future in mind.
Yes, like that's exactly it right there.
Yeah, it's very Jetsons.
And the fucking, honestly, the movie, the story, it all flowed pretty well.
Critical Drinker said that it worked really well.
It did. It really did.
He said it wasn't as good as he thought it could be. It could have stood a little bit of this.
They could have done a little bit more here and there, but the parts they did, it was good. I was satisfied.
It indicated that he was shocked. It's what I would say.
I wouldn't say. You know what? I guess I could say surprised
at the level of quality that the film actually had.
Yeah, because you expect, since the last Fantastic Four sucked, that remake was shit.
They've always sucked. Fantastic Fours, I've always watched them, and I've never been like
the first one that dropped. That one I could fuck with because it was like the origin story.
Is that the Jessica Alba joint?
Jessica, yeah, well, she was in the first two.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And I watched those because Jessica Alba was in them, and they were on.
Yeah,
you know, it was that era where we didn't have on demand.
They did okay with the story on that very first one. The second one was a little hiccupy, you know, but this third one they did, that reboot was horrible. This one is actually it works. You know what I mean? And it was entertaining. Like, I wasn't bored with it. I wasn't fucking not satisfied, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, you know what? It's cool that I finally got a Marvel movie that I can say I'm not gonna spoil. You know what I mean? Like, that's been a while since I've been able to say that about a Marvel movie.
Dude, you spoiled Endgame for me, so it's been.
But Endgame, that had been out for a while.
I told you to do it, and it had been out.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
You know.
But like, after Endgame, I think the only movie that I really liked was that Marvel did was Shang-Chi the 10 Rings. That was good.
But that's part of why I was like, tell me this shit, because like I had seen enough of those Marvel movies that I had a bit of an awareness of what was going on, even though the last few of them I haven't seen.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know, what's the deal? Are they going to all die, or is it just going to be half?
But the only thing that throws me off with it is they're like, at the end of it, you know, they're like the Fantastic Four will be back for Avengers Doomsday, and I'm like, well, fuck, that's
because everybody's supposed to be in that, right?
Everybody's supposed to be in fucking Avengers Doomsday shit. I don't even know how that fuck's gonna go, because I don't know the movies in between there. From, I think it's end of next year is when the Doomsday shit's supposed to happen.
As I've seen the memes or whatever about it, it has shown different people that are cast as different characters.
Yeah,
and there's 2 or 3 of the same character that are played by different people,
because it's going to cross the multiverse type shit.
Right. So I see that coming, but like a lot of it is claiming that it's going to be like the Jessica Alba whatever.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Fantastic Four.
But they're not real long parts. It's like a scene. Boom, you know,
it can't
not with all the motherfucking people.
It's going to be like when Harry Potter's parents came up and talked to him while he was doing his thing with the wand. Like it's going to be like, oh my, am I or am I not the person I think I am?
It does.
They're going to see themselves in the mirror. It's going to be Jessica Alba.
It does explain Dr. Doom being Robert Downey Jr. because fucking it's a different Earth. So on that Earth, Dr. Doom is Tony Stark or whatever, in a sense. You know what I mean? So makes sense. You don't see the motherfucker, but they did good with Galactus. I'm glad they actually used who the fuck the character was instead of a cloud of smoke, you know, like they did in the fucking second one. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's what that was.
Yeah, that was supposed to be Galactus. So I'm like, Galactus isn't a cloud of smoke. He's a fucking actual fucking being that eats planets. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this motherfucker, man,
he's the planet destroyer or whatever.
When you see him on scale to everything else, I'm like, okay, they did him right. Because I remember this, like this dude was in the cartoons and in the comic books. They did Galactus right. I'm like, you know what? Just that alone was like, all right, that's cool. I can fuck with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Like it wasn't a origin story. Like everybody knew what done happened to these cats. You know, they were fucking household names and shit. Like, yeah, it was good though. So if you got a chance, man, go out there, take your kids out that motherfucker. Or if you're just a comic book junkie and want to see a fucking movie, go see that junker. You know. Oh, and Fast 9. Remember the one that I told you they went to space?
Yeah.
It was a Pontiac
Fiero.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what they shot into space.
Yeah.
Was that motherfucker there?
Yeah, I saw a clip of it at some point and was like, that's a fucking Fiero.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Yep. Because fucking my son, I cut it on yesterday just to have something on, you know, was playing because we had just ordered dinner or whatever. And my son was like, Dad, that's ludicrous. I said, yeah. He goes,
yes, it is ludicrous, son.
Ain't that John Cena? I said, yeah. John Cena plays Vin Diesel's brother. He was like, okay. He goes, wait a minute, ain't that singing dude? I said, yeah, that's Tyrese. Then Cardi B pops on the screen. He's like, Dad, what's going on here, Dad? What is this? I was like, it's the number 9 of the Fast and Furious. He's like, why are all these people in here? I was like, they don't really make sense.
It's because it's Vin Diesel's hallucination. He's having an hallucination.
He's gotta be.
He's in a dream world, like when Tony Soprano.
He was, like in the first joke when he jumps over that train track.
Yeah, that makes total sense, right?
Yeah,
that
like
theory,
he's just fucking.
That theory jives. He's literally in a coma.
Yeah.
Somewhere in a hospital, and he's living all these like exciting lives and shit. You know,
got to because
in his head.
I told my son, I said, son, it started out with these motherfuckers drag racing and shit.
In the last movie, they should make it the last movie where he wakes up out of the coma and he's in jail. Like he's locked up. He's in a prison.
And found out that Paul Walker died when he came across the trail.
Paul Walker didn't die. He just fucking he let them take him.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
there's nothing he could do. He was wrecked. He was all mangled up. So there was no chance for him to ever give him the keys.
Because wifey, she has never seen the rest of them. I think she said she barely made it through the second one. And I was like,
the second one is rough.
She goes, she said, isn't Paul Walker dead? I said, they don't kill him off in the movies yet. He's still alive in these movies. He's just not on screen.
And that's why I think the best thing to do would wrap up the whole franchise when he comes out of his coma. He's locked up, and Paul Walker didn't do anything for him because he couldn't. There was no chance. That opportunity didn't present itself.
Yeah.
Where he climbs out with his bleeding head.
And I owe you a 10-second car.
I owe you a 10-second car.
But apparently they're supposed to kill his character off in this next one that's supposed to drop sometime or another. Who knows when. But as we've all learned, if you've paid attention to any of these, they don't fucking die.
Yeah.
Like even Ludacris and them, they were talking about it, and I didn't catch it the first time I saw it, but I'm like, yo, it's actually kind of funny. Tyrese is telling Ludacris to have the conversation. He goes, look, man, he's like, all the crazy shit we done. We done some stupid shit that makes no sense. And Ludacris is like, what are you talking about? He's like, man, we fucking went up against tanks, submarines, we've jumped across buildings, all this crazy shit that everybody talks about. He goes, and I ain't got a scratch to show for it. He goes, I ain't never been hurt. I ain't never been injured. He goes, at this point, I think I'm invincible. That I cannot die. He goes, look, here's my coat. It's shot full of bullet holes, but I ain't. You know what I mean? And I'm like,
see, that's
you know, it's more to this shit.
It's bringing that around, man. That's the theory, and that's like that would be the greatest move of all time. That would, you know what that would do? That would make me go watch the movies again.
Because you can see all
I'd
the
look
shit.
For little hints.
Exactly.
I'd look for stuff.
It's like when Vin Diesel latches on that bridge and all of a sudden he's able to hook his car to the bridge that's collapsing.
It's like when Letty fights Ronda Rousey in the subway station or whatever.
Yeah,
and they're falling down staircases and shit.
Yep.
Just fighting each other. Like, everything is so absurd.
Vin Diesel jumping from the bridge to catch Letty and land in a car with no scratch on him. The motherfucker collapsed the whole fucking parking garage area by stomping on it.
Here's what the greatest thing would be at the end. They make it so that Vin Diesel wakes up. He's been in a coma, but he's been in a coma for like 28 years, and they're like, you were given 30 years, but you're at 28, and we're forced to give you early release because of good behavior, because you've never done anything bad while you were here.
What if
you've been a model citizen because you've been in a hospital coma?
All the people that were in the Fast and Furious were like nurses and security guards and all the shit at the hospital,
and they don't know him.
They don't know him, but he can hear the voice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, everybody that came in after the original movie.
Yeah,
like Tyrese and Ludacris.
Oh yeah, he hears their voices, and he thinks they're part of this shit. Really, they're the guards or the nurses or the doctors, the lawyer, whoever.
He has no idea, but he recognizes them, but they don't know him.
They have no idea. He thinks, "Oh, we supposed to be family, bitch." Who the fuck is you?
You guys are breaking me out of here.
That's what it was.
Did you bring
they drove a safe across a bridge. They, pull it out of the fucking goddamn police
safe
department.
Out of a building. With cop cars and
not even they weren't even cop cars, were they?
They were Dodge Chargers.
Yeah, that's what they were. They were Chargers.
Which are cop cars sometimes.
Yeah, but with two of them pulled that big ass safe out of there.
Yeah. Well, in theory, they do make a lot of horsepower.
And then they were able to pull it with one at the very end. And he was able to control it to make it swing right. I'm like,
yeah, he could hit people with it.
But again,
not hit himself.
They are so ignorant, but they're so mind-numbingly entertaining, because I gotta see how much can you defy physics in a movie. Because they go ham with it. They really do.
I don't know, bro. It's rough.
You know what I mean?
Them shits is rough.
I'm not going to go see the shit in movie theaters. I'm waiting until it gets on the streaming joint. Like, the last one, I think I waited for it to hit the streaming joint. That's when I seen that one. And I'll wait for whenever this next one drops. I'm going to wait for it to hit the streaming joint. And it's free, and I'll watch it that way. Yeah,
I mean, the fact that they were going to space was enough. Like, I had been done with them, and then they were going to space, and I was like, nah, I can't get caught up. I just don't care. I think the last thing I saw was them on the submarine coming through the lake that didn't end. You know how they had the runway that didn't end? Yeah. They had the plane runway that never ended.
Yeah.
And then they had the lake that never ended with the submarine in it.
Yeah.
But that's some dream-like shit, right?
Gal Gadot, she comes back, because again, nobody dies. Han didn't die. Han came back.
Well, apparently, I was told that Gal Gadot's at the end of the 10th one.
At the end of the last one.
As a cameo.
She comes up out the submarine with the bad
Letty.
shit. Yep.
Yeah, so stupid.
She don't die.
It's also
These
stupid.
Motherfuckers don't die.
Well, because you know what they're really going to do? They're going to CGI in Paul Walker. Well, they got his
they used his brother.
They got his rights to license.
Yeah.
But they could make an AI just make him into the fucking film at this point. The tech
I think for the physical part of it, I would use his brother.
The tech's got
because his brother is like, for the physical shit of it, and the tech you can do some crazy off the wall shit with tech.
Well, they made his face onto his brother's body apparently at the end of that one movie.
Yeah, they did.
Left.
Yeah,
and it looked weird as shit.
It still worked.
It really looked weird.
But that was also what?
Many years ago.
Exactly.
That's my point, though.
Now?
AI's got Bigfoot hanging out with the Hulk on the internet, dog. Like,
oh yeah. Sasquatch is out there doing shit. All kind. You got these old folks and grannies talking shit.
All kinds of stuff's happening, man.
I'm like, damn, they're doing all kinds of shit with this little AI shit. You know what I mean? But now they're talking about people that were doing the videos and shit and putting them on YouTube. They're saying that those people are not going to get paid because they're using AI.
YouTube doesn't want to pay anybody anything.
For your videos. They're like, if you use AI, how they're supposed to, after a certain amount of views, you get paid X amount of money. They're like, if you use AI, we're not going to pay you. And I'm like, isn't that like form of art? If you are able to generate something, whether it be animation or whatever the case may be, and you're using AI to make this happen, wouldn't that fall in the category of art?
Well, I mean, like, we were using cameras and shit. That's a technology.
Yeah, but what if we use like ChatGPT or something to fucking animate all this and put it out there? What is the harm in that, per se?
I wish that I could have that tech to weave into the shows so that like when we were like, would you steal the rings off of the Captain Planet dudes so you could summon Captain Planet?
Yeah.
Right? And like if I had the technology to just set it foot and tell it what to do, I'll be like, looky here, I need you to carry your ass and make me an episode where Mike and I are stealing the rings off of the dead bodies of the
Planeteers.
Captain Planeteers. Yes, there you go. The Planeteers from Captain Planet. We're going to take all their rings and then we're going to summon Captain Planet and make him do like yard work and shit.
Yeah.
You know
Something.
what I mean?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But again, I don't see that part of it being a harm.
Every
you know
Sunday,
what I mean?
I summons the Captain Planet and got him out there fucking with the
Right, man. We need to get this done here, Cap. You know what I mean? I could say Earth and make all the shit grass go back down or whatever. You know what I mean?
I could use these rings individually to control this, but I'm gonna summon your ass and make you do it.
Yeah, while you out and about, man, you mind doing this shit for me real quick?
Yeah, I mean, you could fly and go places quick, so you could send him to like pick up the groceries or whatever.
Yeah, because if I'm driving my car, I'm leaving a carbon footprint.
See, and if
I summon Captain Planet,
go pick up the kids, he literally brings them back
with no problem. I'm not burning no fossil fuels and shit. You see what I'm saying?
Captain Planet is green, like pure green. He don't cost nothing. He don't even get to feed Captain Planet. He just fucking summons his ass up and he goes and does things.
And it's a wrap. It's boom.
And he would like clean up like toxic waste spills and shit. So like Captain Planet's like capable.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta have Captain Planet. You know, you gotta have this motherfucker.
That's why you gotta go pull them rings off them dead hands.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Because they ain't like the Green Lantern shit where it just flies off and goes to the next person.
It goes to pick somebody else off the Green Lantern. Yeah. I don't see that happening with the Planeteers.
Not at all. Let's see here.
You know, like if they fell off a cliff or something, that ring ain't floating back up to go nowhere.
Fuck no.
You get to find their ass splatted down at the bottom and hope that ring is still intact.
Hold on.
You know what I mean?
Trying to see what I got saved here.
Well, because, you know, there's been so much bad, man, with Theo passing away like that. And then, I mean, you know, Bill Cosby apparently said something about it, but I didn't read it.
Yeah, he was fucked up over it because he said it reminded him of when his son passed. Remember when Bill Cosby's son got murdered? I think it was.
Yeah,
I think his son got shot. So you know,
a lot of people getting murdered in those days.
Theo was like a segregate son for him. You know what I mean? Where the fuck was it at? Oh, here it is. The butt sniffer. The serial butt sniffer is arrested again for doing the same shit. Oh, he did it again? Shit. Yeah.
I remember when I was going to say, haven't we talked about this guy? So he went and did it again.
He went and did it again. I'm going to see the picture of this motherfucker. I'm sending it to the group text right here. Boom. Serial butt sniffer caught again. 38 years old dude on Tuesday at a Walmart in Burbank. They reported suspect of suspicious behavior by Nordstrom's rack.
He goes to Nordstrom's.
No, he was at Walmart, but he was at the Nordstrom rack.
Oh,
in Walmart.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Jesus, that's specific.
Like, okay, don't get me wrong. I'm an ass man myself. But I'm not putting my nose in a bitch's ass just at Walmart. Like, oh, you know what? Let me go sniff her butt while I'm here. Like, dude, what?
For real?
What?
If you are that kind of ass man, you need to find a higher quality of class.
Wait, hold on. So you saying Walmart is not the level of ass he should be sniffing?
It's not what he should be sniffing.
So what level of ass should this man be sniffing?
Why would he not just go to like the ladies' room and just camp out in one of the stalls?
Maybe he got to have it like, you know, right then and there type shit. Like, you got to be, I don't know.
I guess if he's sniffing ass, he's not necessarily sniffing farts
or nothing. But okay, so if Walmart,
all I'm saying is if you're going to do that,
ass is what you're saying.
If I'm saying if you're going to do that, you need to go to a classy place.
If he goes to Tiffany's and sniff ass at Tiffany's,
yeah, that's better.
You know. So
he should be at the.
Look, ass is ass.
I'm saying you go and hang out at the Kiss. Every Kiss begins with K's. You go to the jewelry store.
Jewelry store joint and sniff ass at the jewelry store.
Ass at the jewelry store somewhere.
You know, I think it might be harder for him to do that at a jewelry store
Or
than
Victoria's Secret. I don't know. That's true.
You know what?
You know what I mean?
Victoria's Secret might work because it's gonna be. You need someplace where it's crowded with enough people. Like,
yeah, it's a tricky blend to
go
try
to a state
land.
fair. You know what I mean? If you go to a state fair,
this needs to be a public event, not like a store.
Yeah,
You need to go to like the cannabis festival.
Oh man, and hot as it was, you sniffing some hot swamp ass? Then nah, you a nasty.
If you go to Walmart,
you are a nasty motherfucker, man.
Hold up, if you go to Walmart sniffing ass, you're going to the cannabis festival sniffing some ass too.
Man, I don't know.
There's no big difference there.
I think it is.
The people
man,
coming into Walmart, it's not like they put on their country best. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers go to Walmart and they goddamn like
pajamas
skivvies.
and shit, like
That's what I'm
fresh out of
saying.
bed, like just fucking took a shit real quick and wiped and went on.
They go dressed like Felicia from Friday. You know what I'm saying?
But
that's how they show up.
like even look, even still, you can get dressed up and go to Tiffany's and still got fucking raunch your ass. But what? I'll try.
But at least somebody's trying to like do something for you.
I need to ask this man questions because I'm curious to what his mindset is.
Do you have a name for him?
Just ask Sniffer.
It doesn't.
Let me
it
see if
doesn't
it has
say
his name.
like, you know, Taylor.
No, it just says a man.
Taylor
it
Brown.
doesn't have nothing. It just says a man.
It doesn't say Jimmy Smith or some shit.
Hold
like
on,
that.
wait.
Find a name,
Again,
Mike.
this week, same week.
Come on now.
Shit. It's CALESE. Callus Caron Crowder.
There you go. Holler at Triple C.
That's pretty much it. It's all C's. 38. I gotta be like, yo,
Reach out to him on the gram, dude. Bring him on the show.
This motherfucker's in the joint.
Saying,
He's in the joint.
Locked up with it? Like maybe we can book him on a Sunday.
Like, man,
that's what we need to start doing. Interviewing prisoners, son.
What in the world? What qualifies an ass to you that should be sniffed? Like when you look at it, be like, you know what? I need to sniff that ass. Like I need to know what she's working with.
See, but I want to know like how many times have you done this and you didn't get in trouble? You didn't get busted. Nobody
That's the other thing. Because this is the second time he's got out of jail before because he did this once before.
So he was literally locked up for this exact
So he's
thing.
a serial ass sniffer.
He's got a problem.
He's definitely got a problem. He's got now. Wait a minute. Now that you're in jail, you got all kinds of ass you can sniff.
I would imagine the whole place smelled like ass.
It's got to.
I'm trying to tell you. Why are we doing this? Why are you here, dog? We got to call Crowley.
Like, do you need fucking? Can I just get you a bucket of chitlins and you'll be happy with just smelling chitlins all day?
Nah, because it doesn't have the same je ne sais quoi, if you will.
It doesn't have that personal effect of the ass. It doesn't have that
fresh ass smell.
Like, like, what qualifies that ass to be sniffed? Then on top of that,
how do you pretend to be a beanbag chair?
How do you fucking even get in position to sniff an ass to begin with? Like, how do you see the ass from across the room?
No, you know what you do? Here's what you do. You
act like you tying your shoe behind the
bitch. You're trying on shoes. You're into trying on shoe section. But what if you're not
in the shoe section?
Well, wait, he said the Nordstrom rack.
He was in the Nordstrom rack. He was by some clothes.
Is that clothes then?
Yeah.
Because I don't know what the Nordstrom rack even is.
It's just clothes. It's like Polo or Sean John. It's the same shit. It's just clothes.
You're going to have to
It's a brand.
You're going to have to go with the shoe tying. I think that's the only route.
But I'm like...
Because then you get yourself down on the level.
How big of a whiff are you taking? Because somebody's got to hear you go...
Because you're stupid. You're stupid.
You know
what you got to do is you got to pretend like you fell over. I'm down here trying to... Oh, shit, I fell over. But put your face right in the booty. You know what I'm saying? Like oh
you
shit,
gotta
my bad.
Feel that shit.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I fell over.
Like I don't know. And then let alone the people. Like I always got my head on a swivel, so I always see dumb shit pop off. There's somebody else that was like, "Oh, that's a motherfucker over there." I think he just sniffed her ass.
I think that dude is trying to smell her ass.
Do you think that dude's trying to smell ass? He looked like the ass. He looked like he sniffed ass.
He's a booty sniffer.
You know what I mean? Like he don't want a bump of cocaine. He want a bump of poop.
Let me get a line.
You know, he need a whiff of booty mist.
Let me get a line of that booty hole.
he wants some booty mist in his life.
Spritz that booty mist on me, baby.
I was like, God damn.
See, but that's the thing. Like, if it was really a booty mist thing, he could just go, like I said, and post up in the bathroom and wait till there's somebody next to him. Because what does it matter?
That's the other part.
I don't think it's necessarily a doo-doo related.
I think it might even be the draws. Like, but even still, like you want. I don't know.
Yeah, it's got to be the draws. That's a good point.
It's too much.
It's the whole mixed package of the fresh funk off the whoever. Because you know he's got a type. You know what I'm saying? A man
That's
like
the other
that
part.
wants to smell a certain kind of bitch.
That's what I'm saying. He's looking at a certain type of ass.
That's another reason why he went to Walmart. He's in the Nordstrom rack in Walmart because he likes them fucking grimy asses.
He's sniffing certain asses. Like,
although isn't the Nordstrom rack going to be the higher class plot inside the Walmart?
It's
going to have the most expensive clothes.
But more expensive than the Walmart brand.
So there he is. He's going to at least the classiest place in Walmart.
You would think maybe, or just happens to have that type of ass standing there.
Why wouldn't you go sit somewhere like you're waiting, like at the Starbucks in the Walmart? If they got a Starbucks in the Walmart and bitches in there getting lattes waiting for them to come up, you know what I mean? And then you can sit there like in the chair, leaned forward, like pretending like you're looking at your phone while these bitches are standing there waiting right around you, so you could be like. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. He might be happy to be right up in the ass, maybe. I don't know. It's too many questions. There's too many questions that are unanswered. I need to see court documents on this motherfucker.
We need video evidence. And fuck that. Fuck court documents. I want the video evidence.
I'm sending you this shit too, because Chuck E. Cheese got arrested.
I heard a guy dressed as Chuck E. got arrested.
Got arrested in Tallahassee.
For what now?
Credit card fraud.
He's just stealing credit cards from Chuck E. Cheese?
They took the motherfucker out in the whole costume. Chuck E. walking out the goddamn Chuck E. Cheese in handcuffs. How traumatizing is that to a child? Chucky was just handing out tickets for free.
That shouldn't be that traumatizing.
Chucky was handing shit out for free to these damn children.
Time for a life lesson, children. Chucky right here, they should have pulled his head off and been like, you see that? This ain't no real Chucky.
They pulled his head off going to the car because they had to get him in the car.
Yeah, they had to put him in the back.
So he got the shoes and the gloves on.
That's a heavy suit, dog.
Well, Chucky done turned into a crackhead, though. Chucky ain't fat Chucky like we knew him. Chucky done got skinny now.
Well, I guess
Chucky, I think, got on that Ozempic, man. I think that's what happened to Chucky. He got on the Ozempic.
Booty shots.
Yep, and fucking he done thinned out, looking like a crackhead and shit. It's fucked up out here, man. Even Chucky's on that motherfucking shit. Yep, they arrested Chucky in Tallahassee.
For credit card fraud. Yep, after he out here giving free tickets to these damn little kids. That's an adult charge right there. Credit card fraud. You know, at least he wasn't diddling children.
You know exactly.
Chuck E. Cheese doing it right. If
you know what I mean?
Criminal, be a criminal.
Be a real criminal.
Yeah.
Diddling kids is the real criminal too.
Well, no, that's a crime against humanity. I think there's like a difference between like a guy that's like trying to rob the bank versus a guy that's like, you know, stealing innocence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
there's a difference.
There's a big fucking difference there.
That is true.
Like, I'll take 100 bank robbers before one pedophile.
You know, and that's the way it looks like. These
like if you were like,
man.
Mike, because you know what the difference is? If you were like, yeah, I used to rob banks, I'd be like, that's cool.
Yeah.
You want to come on a show? Like an ex-bank robber, I'd be like,
it's
yeah,
no
you
problem.
Come on a show.
But a motherfucker that diddle some kids, bitch, you better back the fuck up or I'll punch you in your goddamn face.
Right. I couldn't have Jeffrey Epstein on this show.
Fuck no.
We couldn't have Ghislaine come on here.
That's what it was. Now, yeah. All right, so it said Trump administration intervenes and helps block law requiring priests to report child abuse. Revealed in confessions. Nah, motherfucker, you diddle somebody, I'm reporting you.
Yeah, that needs to be.
Give a fuck.
God wants people to know that.
And then Jennifer Lopez, she's out here getting her motherfucking freak on stage.
I didn't see that.
I'm sending it to you now. I'm sending it to the group joint now. I mean, she out here. I mean, she put it in. I can see her. You know, if she was doing some shit like this with Ben Affleck, they're like, oh, she learned all this shit from the freak offs. I'm like, yeah, it's possible she did. I mean, you put some baby oil on that bitch, you know what I'm saying? Like, she getting it in.
She's learned a lot with baby oil.
I give it to her. But I think she's also crazy as a motherfucker.
That's obvious.
He said that's obvious.
She's obviously crazy. You can't be dancing like this if you ain't crazy.
You can.
Look at this bitch. She's crazy. These musician chicks, like, yeah, you can't have dude going down between your legs and shit on stage. Like, this is This is crazy. Like,
sex sells.
Yeah, I know, but
I mean, I don't know if like she was really a good singer.
See, but there's nothing about what she's doing right now on stage that is like necessary to whatever song she's performing, because she's not even singing right now. She's just having a 4-way with dudes on stage.
Yeah.
At this point,
I mean, I'm still cool with her. You know what I mean? Go ahead, do your thing, bitch.
I mean, look, she can do whatever she wants.
I'm entertained by it.
You know, and it is kind of entertaining, but it is absolutely ridiculous. Oh, now she brings the mic up at the end.
Yeah. Oh, that was this too. I fucking meant to sing you this shit.
20 seconds of fucking gyrating on dudes.
The 99th annual sunburn competition.
Hey, could you have your wife? Oh yeah, I saw that. Could you have your wife doing that shit like Jennifer Lopez up on stage making all that money with like 4 or 5 dudes crawling around on her, pushing their crotches in her faces, and taking her in doggy style poses?
For our financial gain.
Would you want this on a regular basis? If this is how your wife made her living,
if for our
she making real good money,
like as long as there ain't no real dick out there,
doing this,
like she can feel the bump of the dick, but not fucking having the dick all out there, I'm cool with it.
So like, you really think
like there's no penetration, I'm okay. You know what I mean?
It's very mature of you, Michael.
Yeah, because it's for our financial gain.
I think this is kind of bullshit, but you know. Okay.
I don't know how long. Like, if one of these motherfuckers came over for dinner,
it's different.
Like, nah, bro. You good? You perform on stage. I don't need you at the house for Christmas and shit like that.
Like, these are the people that she works with. These are her people. Like, this is
probably her squad.
I'm saying this is a production company, man.
You know, I'm like
this is important shit, dude. Like, this is big stuff. This isn't like
that's what I'm saying.
This isn't a decent proposal. This is like a regular basis.
I could probably deal with it.
This is regular basis temptation.
I could probably deal with it because I know that she's not fucking none of them, and it looks like these dudes are gay anyway.
Well, that's true.
You know what I mean? Like, all right, these guys, they dicks ain't even getting hard. So you know what I'm saying? Like,
well, I suppose that could be considered the metric.
I can deal with that. You know what I mean? If one of these motherfuckers is out here like, you see what I did to Jennifer today, man? I grabbed her and I fucking grabbed her ass and rammed her in me real quick. Yeah, she felt it. I know she felt that.
I bumped up on her real good.
She know I was about that business tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, with that said, we're gonna have to bring this episode of the Mason and Friend Show to a close.
Oh yeah.
We'd like to thank you so much for listening. We'd like to encourage you to listen to old episodes as well as new episodes.
Like, share, subscribe, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. Keep grinding on the things you're trying to get done, because that is how things get done.
We believe in you.
Be nice to people that look like you. Be nice to people that don't look like you. Don't be a dick.
Little bits by little bits, ladies and gentlemen. Keep moving forward.
Keep grinding on the stuff you're trying to get done, because that's how it gets done. We love you very much.
Love y'all.
And peace be with you.
Gone.
Face all crusty, your feet cold, even the AJ's dusty.